Too bad I couldn't read. Too bad I couldn't read emails while I did this. But another hour of this, and I'll find a cool spot to share some of the dozens and dozens of emails that keep coming in from people looking for support. That's what we're here for. Hey, moms. That's what we're all here for. So, how about those big tech owners these days, eh? Or something else. I'd like to chime in on that a little bit. And this is not political at all in any way. But I can say with confidence, I can't wait to verbally unleash everything I know and what I'd like to say as soon as I get that platform built. The platform of safety and honesty. Because once I get that platform built, these dirty little pricks that own the biggest tech names right now, they're going to have nothing on me. And I'll guarantee you they're going to drop me. I'm going to get the boot, both from Facebook and from YouTube, without a doubt. But until then, kind of in a way, hostage is one of the only ways I can maintain contact with all you, right? And with each other. So we'll keep this going at a low roar. I'll keep my shit going at a low roar until the timing's right. And then we'll take it from there afterwards, and I'll share with you everything I can while I can via here as we transition over to the other platform away from here. Because hopefully you can step back out of the bubble and look at what's really going on and see that the majority of the population is controlled and is being manipulated. And your freedom of speech has been taken away. Period. It doesn't matter who the leader is of what country or what political party someone may represent or support. It doesn't matter anymore. The fact is that the drunk with power owners of big tech have finally basically cut their own throats. And I'm quite certain they're not going to be around that much longer. That's usually what happens to most people who get drunk with power anyway, right? Their egos get out of control and they end up suing themselves. They can't handle it. They can't handle that responsibility. They can't handle the power they created. And they fizzle. But until then, they can still have a very massive negative impact on every single one of us if we let them. All right? So what I would like to encourage all of you to do is to not get caught up in the political side of debates, but to see what's really going on. See clearly what's really going on. Like I just said, it doesn't matter who is silenced. The fact is that the big tech people think they can silence people. People who kill their own people, that's who silence people, all right? And nobody else. Guilty people do. Evil people silence people. And there's no other version of that. It's just the way it is. That's honest truth. So if I could encourage all of you is to fight against that flavor of tyranny. You have to. Here, just talking about the experiences that people have in the woods is an easy example. Look at how many people want these people that are here to shut up, stop talking. They don't want them to speak the truth, right? And they'll go out of their way to humiliate and insult and intimidate people into being quiet. Now imagine if those same like-minded people had the power to eliminate people from a social media platform. They'd do it, right? What if those people had the power to eliminate the voices of somebody who might possibly have a different opinion than them? They'll do it, right? And that's very scary. And these big tech names have done it. And you watch, mark my words. They just cut the wrists. It's a shallow cut right now, but it's just going to stop. It's going to keep bleeding harder and harder, and it's not going to stop. They've screwed themselves because they are not the only people out there with the knowledge on how to create platforms, servers, the internet, and how to manage it and manage it for good honest people. They're not the only ones. You imagine how many good honest people with the knowledge see this as a massive, huge opportunity. You know how easy it's going to be for somebody with the knowledge to create free platforms for free, good, honest, hardworking people and support free speech. Do you know how easy it's going to be for them to create platforms now and then get bigger, possibly bigger and stronger than the existing ones right now? I'll tell you what, it's coming. They are coming. It's coming. The good are going to win, that's for sure. And the second they do arrive, I will be supporting them with all I got, and I'll be sharing the names in those places with all you as fast as I can. That's a fact. But anyway, yeah, I might be babbling a little bit, but I speak words that are definitely going to be useful down the road. But mark my words, the names in big tech have just sliced their wrists. They're going to bleed out slowly and consistently from this day forward. There's no way they can't. There's no way. It's a kind of a sad thing to watch people get so drunk on power and money and annihilate themselves, isn't it? But thankfully that happens, I guess, right? So let's get on and share an email. Hi, Steve. Thank you for everything you do to promote and protect these beings, allowing us to voice our experiences without shame or ridicule. The energy and time you put into this is outstanding, and I wish you continued success in 2021. All right, man. Thank you very much for those kind, encouraging words. I appreciate them. I'm not writing you to share a personal experience, but rather share information that I believe is interesting. I've never in my 55 years seen or heard a Sasquatch that I know of, but I'm extremely interested and concerned for their well-being, especially ever since I started subscribing to How to Hunt. I have two lifelong friends, and each live on opposite sides of the country. One is in a small town just outside Seattle, while the other one lives in a cabin in the Adirondacks at the base of Whiteface Mountain. Both are avid hunters, fishermen, and have spent their lives in the woods since the day they could walk. As I promised to them, I will not use their names going forward. I grew up with these two and consider both to be like a brother to me. We know one another probably better than our wives do. We have shared many stories and experiences throughout our years of friendship, and we're always honest to each other. We tell like it is, as they say, and not the type to exaggerate a lie. Both have had their life-changing moments with these beings in their respective states they live, and I feel grateful to them for sharing that experience with me. It's not my story to tell, so I'll leave that up to them if they ever decide to do so. Without going into detail, both had an up-close, well-lit, shocking experience that will be theirs to share or not. They had substantial views of the head and faces of these creatures, but did not have time to snap a picture or video. In fact, both incidents happened within the past 5 years, and excellent camera phones were present. We flipped through many various pictures and videos on the web to compare in detail what they saw, and both had come to the conclusion that they each saw something quite different. We believe there are various breeds or DNA traits that may distinguish one family strain from another. These traits vary regionally, and especially in the eastern parts of the U.S. My friend in the Northwest saw a 9 to 10 foot tall Sasquatch with pronounced cone-shaped head with deep dark facial skin with no neck whatsoever and huge black eyes. Its matted down, dark brown to black hair did not cover its eyes. He could see its entire forehead as it looked directly at him for more than a few seconds. My other friend in the Northeast described an 8 to 9 foot tall being that did not have a cone-shaped head, but said it was still freakishly large. It had a long, draping, yet matted, dark, reddish-brown hair that covered most of his forehead and face. It had yellow to brown eyes, what he termed as human, man-like face. It never looked directly at him, but the open area downhill view allowed a good long look at him. My friend had just exited a deep forest area to the edge of a cliff and saw it 20 yards directly in front of him. He was above it, and the only escape route was left or right uphill back towards him. He described his skin tone as dirty and dark and covered with hair, but not to the extent of ones in the Northwest. Both described them with giant tree trunk thighs and 4 to 5 foot wide shoulders that seemed as though the neck was missing. Before writing this email, I asked them what they remembered most, other than the shock of witnessing these beings. Both explained to me that they will always remember the exact day when they had their realities shattered and how it changed their lives forever. It's ironic that prior to the experience, both had already believed in their existence. However, it did not elevate the actual shock being up close and personal with one. They both remember an obnoxious odor that smelled like a combo of dead animal and BO sweat. Both saw and felt the rumbling, crashing sound of snapping branches and sticks as it plowed away into heavy cover. Because I've known these two for my entire life, I know that neither is lying, and I no doubt believed their descriptions and the details that explained it. We believe there may be several different DNA family strains all around the world that have evolved with regional breeding during many, many years of existence. However, we also believe that there is just one pure Sasquatch DNA family that was not originally bred here, but may have been brought here due to some unfortunate circumstances. These are the ones seen mostly in the Northwest and may possess unusual abilities that the others may not. Have you ever talked about this before on your channel? Thank you, Steve, for all you do for the wildlife community and especially getting this topic out there in a forum where no one feels shame. Best of luck and good hunting in the future, Scott S. Thanks for that email, Scott. I absolutely appreciate it. And I guess that is a topic nobody really talks about too much, is it? You know, everybody's more talking about their experience and how it wasn't a bear. I know what I saw. It wasn't a bear. I know what I saw. We've heard that a million times. And now we're starting to get people that are carrying forward with the topic like you just did in this email. As far as your buddies sharing their experiences with me here, if they want to, obviously the door's wide open, you guys. Go ahead and give her. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is a safe place, and everybody wants to hear from you. The various DNA, it's, you know what, if you go in any National Geographic magazine, the history of human beings on the face of the planet, from Australia to Borneo to North America to France to Norway to wherever, from the Maoris to the Aborigines to the coastal natives, the plains natives in North America, the Africans, the Vikings, the Russians, whoever, every single human being on the planet, line up their photos. Line up the photos of the drastic changes and differences and features, facial features, body builds, everything. We've got it all covered, man. We have got it covered. All right? We are the living version of the bar scene in Star Wars, and there's no way getting out of it. So, should it be alarming or overly interesting that obviously the Sasquatch beings are that diverse and that different from each other? Well, of course they're going to be. For sure they're going to be. And but one thing as well, don't forget to take note of, that the Sasquatch beings, the people, they are not the only strange, what would be oddities to us here on the face of the earth today. Whether they're here full-time or part-time, I don't know. You don't know. Well, somebody might know. But just make sure you don't forget that fact. There's more than just these particular hair-covered beings running around in that forest right there behind me and other places in North America. All right? You know what's bizarre? You know, another thing that stands out, if you look at it from just a slightly different direction, is how many people, I don't have concern for these people, but how many people will deny the existence of possibility of these beings running around, yet 100% of those people are delivered the facts from the global militaries that yes, there are UFOs here, and they've released videos of them. Okay, so just that one fact alone basically proves, without a doubt, 100% that anything is possible here. Anything can be or not be here at any time, right?